Alright boys, we back. I'm here to talk about a dog shit anime called Jobless Reincarnation or Mushiku, whatever it's called. Alright. To be honest with you, I don't respect it enough to actually learn its full name in Japanese because it's pretty shit. Have you ever just been like surfing the internet, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook? Yeah, Facebook I guess. And just come across a clip of like an anime or something and you're just like, holy shit, what is this? This actually looks pretty amazing. Well, I'm pretty sure that's how I came across Jobless Reincarnation. I think, maybe, I don't know, I don't remember to be honest. Basically, once I found out it was an isekai where, you know, someone gets reborn to a world with like OP ass powers, I eat that up. Though, I wasn't really ready for what the biggest plot of the entire show is, and that's the reason why I'm making this video today. Because, as you can probably tell by other videos I've made, there are certain things that I do not like. So like typical isekais, main character dies, usually, you know, dying in a, thinking about something. Oh, my life wasn't this. Oh, my life wasn't that. I wish I had this. Well, he's gonna get what he wants. Just know that. So he's born in the world as a baby in a rat the womb. He's looking at his mother's tits, talking about how great they are. Whatever, man. Whatever. Okay. And then, you know, parents get him home, and what do the parents do to celebrate? Sex right on the spot. Just right there, you know, as he's sitting there with his little creepy ass little face. Good start, good start, good start. Down the road at some point, I think he steals like the maid's panties or someone's panties. And he's just sitting there like on his face, this creepy ass look. Yo, don't blame the maid for being fucking, you know, creeped out at this little baby looking like, okay, well, that's kind of funny. But let's actually get to the pretty cool stuff. And that's when he learns more about magic. One of the biggest things in this world is that magic does has limitations. Well, that's a lie. He learns completely outright that that's a lie. And that's like how people, or I guess the people who run the world or whatever want the world to be ran by. He's just full on like, nah, not doing that. And we see some pretty cool stuff. There's like some pretty amazing animation. Let me say this. Animation in this, phenomenal. Some of the best, I definitely have to say that. And these scenes that we see where he's learning magic is pretty damn cool. Down the road, his parents find out, oh, he can actually do this magic. So of course they want to get him a teacher. They're excited about this. And then here comes the teacher. And then, you know, to begin with, we gotta get a little panty shot, you know, cool, I guess. And then, you know, just to let us know, like, okay, maybe he's like overthinking things. Maybe he just found an old book or something. Oh, no. He does the magic in front of the teacher and she's full on like, whoa, wait, how are you doing this? So that lets us know he's pretty good in this world. But, like I said, there's always a but. Parents are having sex again, you know, whatever. But the teacher is like catches them, is spying on them basically. And, you know, she has to do her little thing right there, you know, in the hallway. But hey, he keeps a little, you know, restraint there while she's doing this. Still, great, I guess. After this, we get a little bit of backstory on the main character. We learned that he was like heavily bullied in school. And yeah, it's something that can happen. It's something that can scar someone, especially when you basically have, you know, little to no one. And because of this, you know, he gets stuck inside. He is afraid to go to school or just even go outside. And with that, even in his new world, he's still afraid to leave his yard. He still looks at people as basically being those bullies in the real world. He just cannot get over what brought him all his pain. But we see him get over that. His master wants to actually like take him on a horse to like go to a field to train better, and he's terrified doing that. But through, you know, his parents and her, he basically gets over it. He can look up and look at people and see that people are smiling, looking at him, and, you know, not just there to ridicule him, which that's an amazing scene. You know, something emotional. I like that. As you can see, I'm praising this because it's actually a great story. It's something we're getting away from the pervy stuff to actually show what can go on in this world with the characters. And then they end the episode with him stealing his master's panties. Later on, he meets a new character, a little elf boy. He becomes good friends with them. He's having fun. He you know, gets another friend in his life. He's having a great time with them. He sees them probably honestly as his best friend, and it's great. It's great to see him interacting with someone, you know, that's not a woman, and seeing how he can be, how he can just be basically a little ball of joy. And then they need to take a bath, and like I said, this is just a guy friend. He's like, all right, I'm gonna take a bath with this guy, whatever, we're just friends. Well, he forces her out of her clothes. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying her now, because it is a girl. Well, he forces clothes off her, finds out it's a girl, you know, she gets mad at him, and pretty understandable. This episode is a little bit, I would say, more on the wholesome and, you know, serious side, something like that. Yeah, Gotta give it to it. Let's talk a little bit more about the family and the maid here. So, as the family's sitting there, just, doing their little thing, she walks up to the family, basically the dad, and tells them she's pregnant. Well, so it turns out that the dad was doing this little thing in the family home with their, all their new child's there with the maid, got her pregnant and everything. Oh, mother's not happy. I mean, why would she be? Dad's a piece of shit, basically. Though it turns out that the maid enticed the dad. She was kind of, getting turned on here and there when she would hear them through the walls, so she did her thing. But here comes something from the mother. And I think the mother is actually kind of like one of the coolest characters in the show. She actually says, no, the maid is not leaving the place, especially with a child. She's going to stay here and you're going to raise this child plus the upcoming child to have. Oh yeah, the mother's pregnant here. Yeah, that's more piece of shit. Also, something about this maid's child. Down the road, I'm going to bring her up because there's something that happens with the child that we're going to talk about. Oh, and yeah, the dad still wants to, do his thing with the maid, because why not? It's all out in the open now. Hey, great dad. Though we're not done with the Grey Rat family, let's move on to his cousin Roxy. Roxy is a spicy character. Basically, as you know, most anime have a tsundere character. He becomes her tutor because no one can really tutor this little girl. Like I said, she's a bitch. So to teach her something, he actually plans to have her kidnapped, so he can basically save her, teach her something. Well, they actually get kidnapped. And the show after this shows how that they can get a little dark. No, not just the past, but in the present too. She gets her shit kicked in by one of the captors. And I mean, holy shit, she should have died. But he saves her and everything. But the real save comes from one of the best characters in the entire anime. And I'm not a furry, all right? Let me just say that right now. But this character, it's been a while since I watched Officer Incarnation, and I did have to rewatch it to make this video. But I'm having a little brain fart with her name right now. And I don't want to butcher such a great character's name like this. So let's just call her Bae number 1, all right? Actually, number 1. She's the only Bae, all right? And I'm not talking about just her looks here. She's actually a pretty damn cool character, all right? Let's go back a little bit. The dad actually, recommended her to him, and everything like that, or vice versa, whatever. Yeah, and that's for a reason. Her style is pretty damn cool. Like I said, when she saved them, I was hard to call right there, all right? But, the dad also did his thing with her because, why not? Damn. So yeah, back to business. So after everything happened, Aries accepts him as, her tutor. But one time she's sleeping, he tries to pervert her, whatever. He tries to use some oils to get her horny. Yeah, that happens. Remember, some of you love this. You guys say this is peak anime. All right. No, though he helps a little bit. He does help her become a little bit more ladylike because people in public see her, basically as a nuisance, unladylike, not fit to be in society, and he helps her with that, which is pretty cool. So once they get done with that, he tries to do his little thing again, but he actually holds himself back. Okay, and then she actually tries to make a move on him, and because he gets super frisky and kind of gets a little pushy, she beats his ass. Okay, all right. Great content right there. Now that we got past the bull, now here comes the scene that I'm pretty sure is what got me into this anime. And that's with a mysterious little character who we see just walking through some snow, though he comes across a dragon. And then what happens usually, these fantasies where someone comes across a dragon, that dragon's usually ready to square up, all right? Just that simple. He looks at dragon eyes and dragon didn't do anything. Dragon didn't square up. Dragon didn't, bite or throw flames at him. Dragon left. Oh, I know who this character is, all right? Okay, this is the content I wanted. Now let's get to the good stuff. So a light disappears and people trapped within the light are basically transported around the world. So Rudy and Aris are teleported together, and that's when we meet big old Tyrone himself. I'm gonna call him Super because again, I don't want to butcher his name, or I can call him Ryu. There is a Ryu in his name, and there's also Super in his name. I'm gonna call him Super, all right? Let's just call him Super. Super don't play no games, all right? You touch kids, you will get murdered by Super. This man does not play around. He lives in this world. He got that dog in him, all right? He lives for this shit. and he will murder you. And Rudy learns this, and Rudy shows like sadness. He hasn't seen death around him like that. He doesn't want to see people die for whatever reason. I guess we're seeing character from him. I'm loving this. We're seeing him like having to get used to certain things, especially in a new environment that he while he was getting used to his other environment. And as they're adventuring, he has to learn that death will be a thing that's going to start happening around him now. He sees other characters die who are good people, and he has to get used to that. It scares him, but he's starting to understand things. Some good story going on here. Like I said, I that's all I want to see from this anime. I want to see the cool powers. I want to see the cool fights. I want to see the cool characters. I want to see the world. I want to see the story, the adventures. That's what I came for. He wants to come for something else though. Though that was the ending of part 1. And I'm gonna just get this out the way real quick. I really feel like those last couple episodes of part 1, they were doing it for people, I guess, like me, who was there just for the story, the world, and everything else. Because we get back into part 2, we gotta get back to what Japanese Reincarnation is actually here for, all right? Because of course we get the sex elf, all right? Like I said, I don't know much about her. I don't know her powers or anything like that, but I do know you get her a hotel or anywhere with a room, she's gonna have like 10 plus men up in there doing her thing, all right? Power to her, I guess, but gotta have a character like that, don't you? While on the streets by himself, he also meets a little lowly character, gotta have a lowly, that's how it be, I guess. He even starts up saying, he thinks she's kind of crazy. He's like, oh, poor kid. He specifically says, poor kid, remember this, all right? So when she's like, oh, I can give you anything, he says something, I think like half the world, wealth or whatever, but then he's like, all right, I'll take your body. And he's like, oh, just a joke. This starts like taking down her stuff, and he's sitting there like, oh, okay, I'm about to get laid. Yeah. And then she tells him no, and he gets all sad. And I'm just sitting there like, why? But you just said poor kid. You specifically said kid here, and you were ready to get it down. And I don't give a damn. Anyone can say, it was what? I think it's like 8 or 10 right now. He has his mind of a grown man. It has shown multiple times in this anime how he sees himself. He sees himself as his old self, and his old self as a 30, 40 some year old dude. It's gross, all right? I'm just saying it right now. But again, peak anime, right, guys? Though after all the shenanigans, he actually does get something great from this. He gets a demon eye, which I get. You give my main character something he can use in combat or something, and you use something that's not pervy, we all in it for it, all right? And this power actually kind of like lets him see, I guess, premonitions or like echoes of like in fights. Like he can actually see what the person is about to do in the fight, so he can like dodge or something. And he actually does fight Ares, beats her, pretty easily. My boy thinks he's top shit after that, all right? He thinks he's on the world. He thinks he can like box with Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson in prime. So he challenges our boy Super, the Tyrone of the place. Why do I keep saying Tyrone? I think I've been watching a little too much CJ the Champ. That's my bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, he challenges Super here. Super beats the dog shit out of him. Doesn't matter how much he tries to predict his attacks, just too good for him, all right? Sit your little ass down, all right, buddy? Now, remember when I was talking about the darkness of the world? So they come across a slave ring. And remember, Super does not play when it comes to kids, and this is a child slave ring. So when he sees this, he wants to murder people. And of course, Rudius and Ares are going to want to help him. Well, they kill some people, save some kids. This could have just been a great moment without anything extra added to it. They're saving some child slaves. That's great. Now, Rudius wants to perv on the kids also. Why not? Why not, man? Let's just derail everything. Whatever. Though while saving the slaves, he actually gets captured by Best Girl. Again, remember, Best Girl, Furry Girl, village. Yes, we do learn it's her village and everything. And from being captured there, they actually get attacked by like the slavers, and Rudy's like helps them, beat this guy. I think he kills the guy himself, I remember, and saves them and everything. And, they become close and everything, and they don't see him just that. He forgives them for keeping him locked in the cage completely naked, which he probably liked. He probably liked seeing all the women see him naked. Why not, I guess. We do get a lot of story from this. Again, we see what's going on with the world. We see what's going on with these characters. We see about the slavers and what's happening in this world and everything. We're learning more about, Ares and everything. It's great. Like, it's some good story when the other dumb shit is not happening. Now though, it's time for Rudius to actually learn what happened when the light spread across their land. Rudius sees some guys kidnap somebody, and his savior part of him wants to help them. So, but to keep his face, concealed, he throws some panties on his face or whatever to go save him, blah, 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 whatever, I guess. But it actually turns out that it's his dad and his dad's group. And the person that was getting kidnapped actually was somebody from his village that got caught in the light. And we actually learned that not just them two, multiple people, like I said earlier, were split up in the world. Some people were killed. Some people were put into enslavement. Most people went to a land they don't know. They don't have family, food, friends, anything. They can go insane. So their entire purpose is to save these people, to bring them back, to help them as much as they can. That's what the dad's been doing this entire time, is looking for them. And what he also learns is his family wasn't spared from this. The maid, her daughter, and his mother were all split up. All the father had left was his daughter with his biological mother. That's all he had. He's been suffering this entire time. Though this was told after Rudius told his dad basically his adventures, how he's been out here just enjoying himself, living it up, and the dad chews him up. I know other people might be thinking, well, he doesn't know that Rudius got to get down with Daff and this and that. I don't give a damn, all right? The father is completely right. He didn't think about anybody else. All he was thinking about was himself and Eris, because Eris is the girl that he wants to have sex with. Actually, I did think he was thinking about the little elf girl, because again, another person he wants to do his thing with. That's all he cared about. He wasn't caring about what actually was happening in the world of anyone else, because him and his perverted thoughts are what all that matters to him, because he just wants to lose his virginity. Screw this character, be honest. And then Rudy actually pops off on his dad, spouting a bunch of dumb shit. And I'll be honest, just the more he talked, the more I just hated his character. The more I'm just losing interest in it. To be honest, I thought about just dropping the entirety of the anime. If this is just what it's gonna be, because this is not my peak. My peak is the interesting world, the characters and everything going on. My peak is not this main character whose entire purpose is just to lose his V card, all right? Just how it be. After some talking to Rudy and his father, they do make up. They understand that, they basically only have each other at the moment. Well, somewhat when it comes to their family. He's going to go out there looking for his family. He's going to do his best, and he's going to calm down on what he is. All the pervy stuff, he has to not do that so much, or honestly at all, and he's to focus on what's happening. There's some serious things happening, and that's where I'm like, okay, there we go. Maybe that was the Arthur being like, all right, I kind of wrote myself in the wall with the pervy stuff. I need to chill out on it. Let's have a great story. Let's focus on what's going on around the world. I would love that. Like I said, there's so much I like about this. It's just, if they got rid of this stuff, I will eat this up. I will call it peak, like a lot of people call it. And that's at that point, I was like, okay, we got it. Let's go. And later on, he does actually find part of his family. He finds the little sister and what was happening with them. They were going through some really tough times. And actually, the mother is actually in prison right now because of some dumbass prince. And he actually does save him. There's some things that goes on. He meets this little nerdy strong prince and a little pervy fat prince or whatever. Screw him. We don't care about him. And he does get his family back. He actually keeps a promise. He focuses on his family. He gets them out of there. Though we're not ending. We're not ending there, because it could have ended there. It could have ended there, actually. Great moment. Sees the maid who basically raised him and the daughter, his sister. Nah, we do have a little moment between the maid and him. To repay him, she gives him his precious treasure, which was a pair of his mentor's panties. I thought we got somewhere good, but I guess not, man. So let's move past that. Now we're actually getting to the character I wanted to see, the dragon dude, all right? And this is where shit just goes down, all right? This is where I'm like, okay, people who want to say this is peak, this better be your peak right here. Not the dumb shit. This better be your peak. So they come across this dude. Just from him walking past, they are terrified. Like the pressure or his killer instinct or his power or something is they just know it's done. This man is gonna leave this man alone. You're gonna be destroyed. Nah. This man destroys them, all right? I'm not letting them walk away, do their thing. beats her ass. Super, love you, Super. Super gets his ass beat. Rudy is though. He dies basically. Like this man gets impaled. Like he basically, yeah, he gets destroyed here, but he miraculously lives. Right there though, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go. We got this. This right here could have been like, you know, he survives, he gets out of it. Great story. We know what's happening. We know what can happen with all this. Give us more of this. So that's just me coping, man. That's just me hoping for something great here. Eris finds out about her family. Her mother and father is dead, and her grandfather is executed because he's blamed for basically what happens, or at least like not bringing their village better or something, whatever. And so she's basically left alone. She has her, you know, her butler, and I guess, you know, Rudy, whatever, but that's it. Like her family she grew up with is gone. And that night, I don't know if it was out of sadness or because she wanted to just feel something, but she gives herself to Rudy. Her virginity, his virginity, both gone. He finally gets what he wants while he's at the age of what, 9, 10? She's at the age of 13, 14? 34-year-old man with a 13-year-old girl. Peak anime, guys. Peak, remember, peak. This boy, he's excited. He wakes up the next day, you know, remember, all the sadness in the world happened. Mother's gone. I just got the sister back. His father's suffering, you know, all that's gone now. He finally got what he wanted. He even calls himself a normie. I'm part of the normie group now. Great. Hey, yo. Jesus, I can't even laugh at that. That's so stupid. I hate that. I truly hate that, but let's finish this out. He finds out that she actually left. She wants to get stronger. She doesn't want to be a burden to him, especially after, you know, him almost dying. And he cries like a little bitch. Oh, he cries like a little bitch. Oh my god, the woman who finally gave me something left me. Boo hoo, tee hee. All the sadness in the world. I can't help it. Screw my mother, who I don't know where it is. My sex pup. Whatever, man. Kaneki crying after you know he did what he did is better than this dog shit. Oh man, because you know he's definitely having it worse than anybody in the world right now. There's no one in the world right now that's just having it worse than him. Though, after that, he basically gets over the dumb shit. He realizes what's important, and he realizes what he actually needs to do now, and is ready to go out to do all that. He needs to go help the people that he cares about, save the people he loves, get his mother back. That's all it needed to be. That's all it had to be. That last scene didn't even need to happen. This is what it should have been. And yeah, that's season 1, part 2, whatever, finished out. I thought about potentially watching season 2 if it came out, but nope, I couldn't do it. Just that ruined it. Every single time a good moment was happening, a good story was happening, some great character development was happening, it always came back to pervy stuff and the sexual stuff. And I'm sorry, I hate it. I don't see how people are calling this peak. I don't see how people are saying, like, and let's be honest here, when most people talk about this show, it's always sexual stuff. Literally, just if you were seeing anything that happened with season 2, because the thing is, I thought about watching season 2. I thought about it. I thought about watching season 2. I was like, maybe it's changed. And I saw it was a subplot that basically hit erectile dysfunction because of what happened with Eris. Hell no, I'm watching that dumb ass shit. Because I did see a scene where Elf Girl comes back. He does his thing with her, and when he wakes up the next day, he looks at his bed. See, there's a red spot. You probably can guess what that red spot is, and then rubs it. Peak anime, guys. Peak. But I'm not ending there, actually. For those who don't know, this is actually a light novel also. And remember what I said I had something to say about the maid's daughter? We're gonna skip to the future a little bit. This is extra spoilers, but this is spoilers they actually got rid of because it was so hated. So in the future, you know, he has his wives, he has kids with him. Well, one of his kids actually falls in love with his sister, you know, the maid. She actually becomes a maid for the family and everything, even though it is his sister. His kid falls in love with his auntie, runs away with her, gets her pregnant, and then they come back to the family and the family accepts them because, you know, they're family. It was so bad, and I mean so bad, that the fans of this dog shit The ones who already love the other stuff he's doing, the ones who love that the 30-year-old man's the 13, 14-year-old, whatever, even they said that was bad. Even they were talking about how horrendous that was, and he got rid of it. He actually, I'm pretty sure it got retconned. He was like, okay, you know what? Even that was a little too much. And it's done. Oh boy. So yes, that proves that he can go even further down with this. It's just that, I guess his fans are keeping him in line a little bit. Wish they would have kept him in line from the very beginning about most of this dumb shit, but what can I say? I guess that's why I'm never gonna watch this shit again. I was never gonna rewatch this ever until I decided to make this video, and I had to relearn things. I had to talk about some plots that I liked and most stuff that I didn't. But yeah, I'm not watching season 2. I'm not watching season 3, 4, whatever. No specials. I'm good. I truly think this is an amazing anime. When it comes to characters, story, world, literally everything else but the sexual elements. And that is the main thing, and it's sad that it's boggling this entire great world down. Because if it was just something that happened here and there rarely, then maybe. But no, it happens so often. And when a season 2, then big plot is him basically just being bogged down because he can't get it up because of a girl. Come on, you're really telling me that's peak anime? Not even joking here. Go watch something else. If you guys need something like this, go on the hub, all right? Because you guys need to cool down a little bit. But yeah, that's the again. You might hear me say how dog shit this is down in the future. If you do, I'm sorry, but it's just how it is. I don't like it. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you guys are watching some good animes, I hope you guys watch some other good stuff out there. Go watch Ranking of Kings. Far superior to this. All right, I'm in it there. All right, thank you guys. See ya.